Good morning, everyone. I just want to take a moment to talk a little bit about our Google Slides application. So first off, before you get started in using Google Slides, first thing you should always do is name your presentation. So I'm going to take it up here and I'm going to rename it Tutorial. So notice that whenever you type something, it is always saved to your drive. It doesn't matter if it was something very small or something huge like you erased a whole presentation. It will always save it. Now that being said, if you ever do something where you completely destroy your presentation, so for example, if I type something random here and I go up here to the last edit, I can see what exactly has been done before. So you can see between 933 and 934, I typed something in the title screen. So what I can do if I don't want that, I can go back here and I can restore the original version. If I click restore, it'll pop back to just what it looked like before. This can be done anytime that there's major problems or issues. It shouldn't be used just randomly, but if you come into something that you don't like, you can redo it. So first off, let's talk about our tools here a little bit. So for our tools, we have quite a few up here. First, we're going to talk about is the new slide. If you press just the plus button, it'll put whatever it thinks should go next. So for example, this one thought I would need a small title with a large text box. Now, if I decide I don't like that, I can click the backspace and get rid of it. What I can do next is I can go back and click up here on the little downward facing triangle. When I click that, I can pick any of the different types of slides that I can put. There's a small description under each one, and there's a picture so you know what each of them will look like as you add them. So for right now, I'm just going to add that title and body slide. The next couple buttons that you need to know about are the undo and redo buttons. So for example, if I was going to title this Tutorial, what I can do, if I want to undo something, I can press the back arrow and it'll go away. And if I decided I didn't actually want to undo that, I can press the forward arrow and it will come back. If at any point you need to print something, there's a little printer icon. It will send it to the printer that whatever one your computer is hooked up to. Next one is the zoom feature. If there's something that you want to zoom in on, so maybe you have bad eyes like I do because I'm old, you can zoom in and you can see what you're working on a little bit bigger. Normal fit zoom, and it'll bring it back to how it looked originally. Another important thing to know is our text box feature. When you click it, it'll create a little cross-section plus. When you click on the screen and drag, it will make a text box to whatever size and shape you draw it. And you will be able to type in that box. If you ever want to delete something, what you need to do is click it so it has the blue outline around the outside and press the backspace. If you would like to insert images, you have a couple choices here. You can upload it from your computer, search for it using the website, use your drive, photos, you can search up a URL and then use a picture from there, or you can take a camera straight out of your computer. So for right now, I'm just going to search on the web for a picture of a kitten. And then I can just take it from over here, drag it, and put it on the screen. And it will make a picture of a kitten. So, when you have this picture of the kitten, there's a couple things that you can do. If you pull it from either the side or the top, it will make your picture a little bit squished. So what I would recommend doing instead of doing that is grabbing the corner. It will keep your picture the same size, no matter how big or small it is. If you have this little circle that's at the top, if you grab that, you can rotate your picture to be on an angle. Another cool thing that you can do with images is if you don't want them to be the regular rectangular shape, what you can do is you can click them and you can crop. The crop feature basically allows you to take the edges of a picture and pull them down or across and make it smaller so that it kind of focuses in the part of the picture that you actually want to see. And if you don't want it to be a square like I just made it, what you can do is click this little triangle down next to it and you can cause it to become any shape that you want it to be. So for example, if I want it to become a heart, I can turn that kitten into a heart. Okay. Another feature that we have right now, we are on the mouse feature. The mouse feature allows us to pick it up and drag it wherever we want it to go on the screen. Now, if I'm done with my kitty picture, but I wanted to draw something on my own, I could pick the shape tool and I can create any shape that is in these menus. So, for example, if I wanted to take it and I wanted to have a non-kitty heart, I would just press and drag it. I could make it wider if I wanted, I could make it taller, or I could make it the same exact size that shows up in the picture by pressing the Shift key. Now, as you notice, it is not a very exciting heart. It's just a gray heart. So that brings us to one of our next symbols. This is the paint can. So basically what you're going to do is when you click on it, you can turn it any color that you like. So I'll change it to this red color. Now, to show you one of the next features, I'm just going to type a short message in here. So my message is, "Hi everyone." What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heart and I'm going to put it over it. So unfortunately, now you can see that you can't see "Hi everyone." Now, if I wanted you to be able to see it, what I could do is I could click that, click on the paint can, and I can make my own custom color. So notice it still has that original color that I selected. If I really like that color, I can keep it there, or I could change it to any other color on the spectrum. But what I want to draw your attention down to is the transparency. So basically what this does is it allows it to become slightly more see-through. The closer to this edge you get, the more transparent it's going to be and the less colored. The farther this way it is, the more colored it will be and the less transparent. So if I go directly in the middle right here and click OK, you'll see that now instead of having my heart cover up the "Hi everyone," it is now see-through and you can see the "Hi everyone" from behind it. Now, if I was frustrated with this line on it, see how it's a little bit dark gray, maybe a little brown? That is called our border color. And you can change that border color to absolutely any color. So if I click right here on this blue, you'll see it is now a slightly blue outside to the heart. If I wanted it to show off a little bit more, I would click the border weight button. And depending on how far down you go, the more border is going to show. Now the border doesn't have to be solid. I can make it any pattern that I want to make it. So if I wanted it to be a dashed border, I can turn it into a dotted border. Okay, so we're done with my heart over here. The next thing we have to talk about is typing. So if I type my "Hi everyone" down here, there's a couple things I can do. If I click where it says Arial, I can change it to any of the other ones that are on here. I particularly am fond of the one called Garamond, so I'll click that right here. If I wanted to make it bigger, I would click the plus sign and it would get slightly bigger, or if I wanted it smaller, I can click the minus sign. If I wanted it to stand out a little bit more, I could make it bold, italicized so it slants, or underlined, or any combination of those. I can also change the text color. So if I wanted it to be that pretty red color again, I can make it red. If I wanted to and I was going through someone else's, I could also highlight. So this is kind of like taking your highlighter at school. If I click yellow, it highlights my words that I just put on as yellow. Now I don't like the color red and yellow, so I'll undo that. Another thing you can do that makes it a little bit interesting, if you highlight the words, you can add a link. So if I click this and I wanted to go to Google Classroom, I would type in www.classroom.google.com and apply. And then if I click that, it will automatically take me to Google Classroom, which is kind of a cool feature. To get rid of that, all you need to do is click it and, oh, I got rid of it. Oh, right there. Edit and delete the link. Or I can press backspace, which is fine. With this text, it can be aligned to the left side like it is right now, in the center, to the right. And this is what's called justified. If I had a lot of text, it would make the sides a straight line. So I'm going to set that back to left align. This button adds numbers. So if I want it to be number 1, I could put a number 1 next to it. If I want it to be dots, I could do that, or I could click the arrow next to it and turn it into another shape. If I didn't want it to be over on that side, I could also indent it and make it a little farther in or a little closer out. So that is just a few features that we have on here. One more interesting feature that you can add is you can add a background. So I can choose a background image, and let's go this time with puppies. I can just click a picture, insert, done, and it will turn my background to cute little puppies. You can also at any point change what the style is. You can add a theme and make all of your slides have the same kind of decorations on it. And you can also add transitions, which would allow your slides to dissolve as they come in, kind of like that. Or you could also have it, oh, I need to stop it. You could also change that to something else. So if I didn't want it to dissolve, I could instead have it flip, and what that would look like is it would come in like this. Those are just a few of the basic features of Google Slides. If you have any questions or want any additional information, please feel free to ask. Have a nice day.